Hello, and welcome back to Rome for what will hopefully be an uninterrupted qualifying session here on the streets of the Italian capital. I'm Edward Hunter, as you can hear, with my new microphone, and I'm joined by the wonderful Joshua Birch, who's also going to be covering Formula One testing over the next couple of days. Qualifying is moments away from starting at the new layout, which I believe is new to the game. It's been modded only in the recent months because it was introduced in real life in 2021. We've never seen a non-safety car start here. This should be the first time we can do it because the safety car, I'm pretty sure, is not in this game.
I do hope so, considering that, what was it? We were so looking forward to seeing the 5 lights go out on a brand new start line, considering turn 1 here looks absolutely chaotic.
Yeah, there we go. So the server going over to qualifying now. So the first group is being let out. And Josh, do you have the quali groups up somewhere?
I do.
Oh, that's very handy. So I don't have to get them up. You can just talk them through to us.
Absolutely. Well, we've got Tobias Bumscher going out in the first group as well. Vilstretter's going out there as well as Mark Horath as well, so he's heading out there. Jack as well with Giamana is heading out there. I'm not butchering these names, going off this. Jamie Fredrickson is heading out as well, and Gilles Sonneveld is going out as the green light's on.
Okay, so that sounds like a mix of debut drivers like Jack Giordamana. We've done podcasts with Jack, so we should learn how to. You especially should know how to pronounce his last name by now.
I know, sorry, Jack. I mean, I did send him a message saying, does he want to be on F1 testing? I think he might not want to be on that.
I think he's busy practicing for this.
He was, yeah. So he probably hasn't actually seen it yet.
Oh, no, he did. I saw he posted the message. He said he was busy. Anyway, we don't need to air our private affairs in the live stream. We're looking at House Sonneveld, championship leader, winner in Berlin, going around the circuit. He's just gotten past one of the other VMS cars, VMS Red. He's just been going around the circuit. But now he's at the head of the queue, and he's going to be first to set a lap as we look at him. Oh, why does he likes going through? That look like this looks
back
like
out of the track, yeah. Turns 3, sector 3, yeah.
Yeah, he's just about to come towards the chicane. Turn 12 and 13. Through he goes. And now he approaches turn 14 across the Plaza della Nazionale Unite, and through Piazza G. Marconi, named after Marconi, of course, inventor of the radio. Referencing the famous song, We Built This City. There it is. There's the big Marconi Tower in dedication to the great man.
You've got your facts straight there as well. I mean,
yeah, there we go. Just filling some time as we watch Sonneveld negotiate the circuit. And, of course, Joshua Hamilton, I think, not far behind. Oh, no, there's Joshua Hamilton.
Yeah, just about, yeah. I mean, I'm having to watch on the YouTube at this moment. I'm like a second or two behind, so apologies if I missed something at the moment because we're having several
that's
tech
a good point,
issues.
Actually. I should...
It's all right. I was sure you can guess several tech issues, but Sonneveld starting a lap time then, sweeping down. That's past the checkered flag point as well, where the race will finish later on, and of course we'll have the race will also be starting at a different part of the track. Hey Ed, I've got sound. How about that?
Oh nice, there we go, result.
That's something. This is on board now, heading down across the start line, and that's where the 5 red lights will go out shortly.
Indeed it will be. And such a tight first corner. Of course we all remember what happened to poor Nick Cassidy.
Oh, locking up. An embarrassment, and in more embarrassment as well. He did not enjoy, I presume, going back and saying to the team, "Yeah, I made a mistake there on the start of the race." It was a safety car start, as you said earlier on, Ed, and it was a strange day, wasn't it? That one, a lot of weird action. And
as we look at Sonneveld continuing to negotiate the circuit, purple in both sectors, so he is the man to watch right now.
Heads out down the back half of the track as well. As you said, Ed, just going to hold
through the piazza. We got the right-hander of turn 15, I think. Yeah, that was 16, actually. Here we go, through 17. And now 18 to the right again.
Second sector is a 31.805 as well for Sonneveld.
His turn 90. So, powers towards the line. What time is this going to be? This is going to lay down the marker, Josh. 1:40.1.
That's okay. That's a very strong time. My time screens haven't updated to that. There we go, 1:41.78 across the line.
You saw him sliding as well as he went through That looked like turn 5 there.
Tobias goes third as well. Vistredze goes into P2. After
That's
taking the fastest
Velestra,
first 2
of course.
sectors.
Yes,
Velestra.
he was the one who we saw getting out the way of Sonneveld on the way out the pit lane.
Is that it? Velestra.
Let's
That's
see
what
if
get the
anybody else
pronunciation right.
is lighting up the timing screens, because that could be important information.
Edge
Get
got a
across to our viewers.
compliment from Jake Denon, who says as well, Ed's crisp voice with love
Ooh.
art emojis.
Oh, you're so kind, Jake. For a change. Nah, just kidding, Jake. A popular young Irishman. Didn't have the cleanest of debuts in FSR Imola, but certainly fast, ferocious as ever. And we'll see him back in action in Malaysia. Recently successfully appealed against a race ban. It's a free race suspended ban now. And he had to be disqualified from the first round, unfortunately. But Jake Danahan, I'm sure, will make amends when we get to Sepang. And I'll be there to do the highlights. Hopefully some of the Academy and pro races as well. As we look at Velestra actually going purple in the middle sector there. As
Looking good.
Yes, fights against... I don't think he's actually gone purple, because that time it's showing is 2 tenths slower than Sonneveld. So maybe just be a personal best. But I'm only seeing 3 drivers. I haven't seen Jack Giordamano come out on track at any point. Oh, there he is.
Just in the back, yeah, just as we say. There he is in
that sounded more scathing than I meant it to. I'm sorry. But here we go. Shall we give Jack a watch? Oh, no, let's go back to Velestra, says the auto director.
And time improvement on the top from Sonneveld as well, a 139.870 then. Tobias has done a 140.800. Looking quick.
9 tenths down.
Yeah, goes second. So that's a good breakthrough. He is quicker by 0.054 over Viestra. That's not bad. Jake says as well to you, Ed, I'll make myself look good for the highlights. Big smile.
Of course, you can trust me. Milan Rakovic has also just joined. He was just typing in the Discord chat saying, I don't know which group I'm in. Can I drive in qualifying? So, there we go. Oh, he was a bit risky towards the wall there.
Yeah, he's out in a reserve list according to the quali groups that Pascal Eggert posted.
Yeah, I believe Jack is in that as well. So as a newbie, you've got to go in the first group. So we still use the old qualifying format here with the 4 groups and then Super Pole with the reverse championship order. We couldn't quite figure out how to get the duels to work properly.
Well, to be fair, I'm slightly glad about that because considering we were delayed a bit as well, we would have been there for an hour. And it would have taken a while as well to get sorted. I think the group stages work well for esports, but I certainly can't wait until we get it eventually figured out and all done. Because as you've
it may have to wait for the next season, but of course we will be still using the Gen 2 cars because they won't have the Gen 3 car in time.
Not yet,
At least we're assuming, because even the public hasn't seen a full Gen 3 car yet. As we look at Rakovic negotiating the bumps into the chicane and giving a brush with the wall there in that VMS car.
One thing I do know as well is that with the Gen 3, it's going to be, I think, up to an hour races for those batteries, which is going to be very good.
The batteries made by Williams Advanced Engineering, who previously made the batteries in the first season. But it was deeply compromised in that first season because they had to... Oh, look at the rear hanging out.
Oh, my goodness.
Rakovic in the number 5. Oh, and he tags the wall there.
Yeah, front wheel suspension will be damaged there for sure.
Right, how's the steering look? Whoa!
Yeah.
It's continuing to spin. The wheels biting for any little bit of traction they can get as Rakovic hits the timing line. Goes second, though.
Wow. Okay.
Only 6 tenths down on Sonneveld, so everyone's starting to wake up on that. Rakovic has come alive.
Seems to be, if you want to get round in Rome as well, just crash your car. I mean, I know Rome
Give
is
a few love taps to the barrier.
Well, to be fair, if you look at a car in Rome as well, about 90% of them are smashed up as well. With all the accidents.
And Joshua, I believe that's the first group done, I think.
Yes.
Did Jack Giordamano actually get around to set a time?
No, he didn't. He's on a time now, apparently. 28.098 the first sector.
Nope, he's in the pit lane.
But he's not on the circuit, so that's it. Game over. He did not set a time.
Right, so Group 2 is out. So I believe that will be Michael Steffel, Joshua Hamilton, Neil Evers, Ten Sonneveld, who's the other Sonneveld sibling, and Alban Gashi. Oh, and Nick Conan as well. He's also out on track. So Steffel, Hamilton will be the ones to watch. Second and third, let's not forget. Was Steffel the one fighting with Hamilton last time? I don't remember.
It
must have been Steffel, yes.
Yeah, start of the year in Berlin.
Yes.
That was
a superb fight between the two. They put on a fantastic show while how Sonneveld basically ran away at the front.
He checked out completely. He bought himself a plane ticket and flew over to Rome in the time that he did that race. And it was fantastically
Yes,
quick,
indeed he
wasn't it?
did.
Yeah.
But here's Steffel then,
Yeah, just
getting
having
on
a
with
little
business.
Look. Look at the bumps on this circuit
Oh,
as well.
yes. It's a bit of a roller coaster ride, isn't it?
I mean,
know.
is there a jump?
This
Oh,
is
is it
exactly
just a
where Stoffel Van Dorn spun and hit his teammate Nick de Vries in race 1 at Berlin last season.
That rain affected weekend as well was so bizarre. I mean, only the third time in history the race started behind the safety car, which is in itself bizarre. And didn't we have a race in London nearly start behind the safety car because it was wet outside and dry inside?
Ooh, on the ones in XL.
Yeah,
I believe there was it rained immediately after the race,
That's
and there was
it,
like a
yeah.
massive storm. Yes.
Yeah, I
As
can't
we
remember.
see, Steffel sets a purple middle sector. 31.
Alban Gashi's gone fifth.
Oh, yeah, so Gashi a bit further up the circuit then. The Steffel set a 31.357, which was 2 tenths faster than Sonneveld.
So, yeah, Gashi's gone P6 at the moment. So the top 5 go through to Superpole, and Tobias has kept 7 there. But look at Mile Evers as well going into P3.
Yes, but it looks like Steffel is the one to watch. Here we go,
Yeah.
through the last couple of corners. Is he going to be able to pull this one off and get into Superpole? Yeah, he is, yes. Fastest time for Michael Steffel in number 27. So that's impressive by the perfect point driver as he goes way wide into 10.6 and 5.
Definitely a 9 out of 10 for Stahl of concluding that lap.
Yes, exactly. As Hamilton also has a little hangout there as he starts his second lap. Hamilton has gone second. So he's stringing together a lap. Steffel just put the one together.
Cassidy went off there, didn't he, during the
yes,
race
I don't remember Cassidy doing it quite so dramatically. And he also had the excuse of it raining.
Yeah, and he was the first one
damp.
to hit it, yeah. Well, was it race 2 where it was properly wet?
So there we go. Steffel 2 tenths faster than Hamilton. Sonneveld only a tenth behind Hamilton, but Hamilton will get another lap here, of course. Slower in the first sector so far.
Personal best as well at the moment for Alban Gashi, 26.089.
Blumschein,
yeah.
at the moment, down in 7th, but should be coming back out again very soon as we see one of his teammates in the Iris leaving the pit lane. Evers.
Tobias was at the first session, so...
so that would be why he's in the pit lane. I'm already losing track.
He's stuck there.
Yeah, it is still Hamilton really the big player on track at the moment. Eggert and Dennis Fiorenga have gone on track now. So I think we're sort of getting into Group 3 now, and Hamilton's just going back to the pits, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he threw it around that hairpin as well, lost the rear of the car, so he's not really going to set a fast lap.
Yes, so shall we watch Eggert as he's got a slew of traffic in front of him. But Pascal Eggert had a horrible... he had a brilliant qualifying in Berlin, qualified second on the grid, but then spun into the wall, crashed out, and had a compromised afternoon, struggled to get a few points. And this is a guy who was fighting for the championship.
Hamilton fastest, 1:39.530. So,
oh, wow. So he did get it together. Wow.
That's
only by 9 thousandths of a second over Steffel. So, we switched maybe a bit too early. Apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen.
I thought he was done as well. I didn't think he would have stayed around that lap time.
Oh, look at this.
Traffic. Well, this is not helping Pascal at all.
Rosinski has gone off at the chicane there. Oh, that's not the chicane. That looks like middle of the lap, actually. Just before the chicane. After, sorry.
Yeah, down he's P13, isn't he? So it's
but
right
that's
down.
One that Eggert doesn't have to deal with. But he's still got the bright blue car ahead of him. No, behind him now. Look at me getting my spatial awareness wrong.
That entire back half of the track as well is a downhill section, so braking there, it's like you are braking downhill.
And Eggert slows down.
Yeah, gets out of the way.
To get ready for his attempt, give himself maximum space.
There's the control line, look, and away he goes.
Oh, because you're immediately going into the first corner, so you're really having to turn this. A crash ahead of Eggert. And thankfully, only a yellow flag. He's not impeded too much by that, but that might put him off just a little bit. Not sure who that was. I believe that may have been... who is out on track at the moment?
It's not Spam, is it? Can't be.
Can't have been Spam. I think it might have been... it wasn't Jack John Martin, was it? No, he's already been.
I'd say it could have been. I think it was.
It might have been Prekka, actually. No,
Yeah.
Prekka was the bright blue car.
Welcome
So,
on board the 46.
It
like
may have
that
been
one.
spam, actually. You're right,
Yeah.
because that looks like this car. Suspiciously like this car. Yes, exactly.
Yes, it is spam. Yeah, I thought so.
And Eggert has gone off as
no!
well. After being purple in the first sector, so already it's gone wrong for him. So he clearly did get put off, and he's having to Austin Powers his way out of there.
Groovy, baby. And away he goes.
Yes. Oh, where's this? So that is... Oh, this is midway through the lap. This looks like turn 9 and 10 he's going through now, isn't it?
I think he found a gerbil down there.
And that's
Back through.
Capriola, who's coming up behind him, I think. Indeed it is. So Capriola's still on a decent time. Has anybody not messed up their lap in Group 3 so far, Josh?
Everybody's messed it up. It's unbelievable the amount of people that...
Capriola!
Oh,
Oh, spins into the chicane. The rear brakes lock. And the car... Oh, the
wheel,
wheels come off of Eggert. So Eggert's clearly messed up the chicane ahead of him. So no matter where you look, dramatic qualifying session. Can anyone get to the
he's
checkered
in the one
flag?
again. Oh. This is making me have confidence for the next 45 minutes of racing.
Yes. Oh, it wasn't Eggert. It must have been someone else earlier.
Oh, who's
but it's
going
the steering.
slow?
He's going to have to hope that the steering isn't too badly damaged. If the steering was damaged, I think he would have gone to the pits. So here we go. He's going to finish his lap, which looks very slow, nearly 2 minutes. It is over 2 minutes, actually.
It
Here
is,
we go.
wow.
But Eggert will dust himself off, brush his shoulders, and try again. But he's got the bright blue car ahead of him, which looks like Norbert Prekka. So he'll have to make sure that he doesn't hit the Hungarian, who was, let's not forget, one of the championship contenders, along with Pascal. The two fought each other and fought the wall. The last two races, the two of them have basically crashed into one. And there we go.
Oh, that was
Prekka
close.
getting out of the way there, I think.
He
And also
dived to
getting
the
very close to the
inside.
wall. A little bit slower this time around. That looks like about a tenth slower for Eggert in this first sector.
Second time's reflecting, as you say.
Yes,
and he's
25-7.
massively under braking as well through into turn 1. I know I say it's turn 1 because it is on the road as well. And he's drifting it nicely. Let's see as well. Can he handle it as we enter the bobsleigh run downhill?
It looks a little bit on a knife edge, which is why maybe we might have seen so many mistakes.
Oh!
There we go.
Yeah.
Exactly, proving my point, Pascal. As here we go for the chicane. Does he get a clean run? Yes, he does. There's been a lot of debate, actually, about whether people are taking the chicane flat. Samuel Capriola actually said to me, oh, I have a bit of a skill issue. I keep hitting the walls. And I say, well, maybe slow down with the chicanes. And he's like, well, I'm never going to get pole that one. But Capriola 13th at the moment. 21 seconds behind the top guys. Prekka 17 seconds down as well. And Eggert 23 seconds down. So Vierenga is 9th. Oh, as Rosinski... has somebody gone faster there. But I think the top 5 is the same. It's only Evers who's recently got him to the top 5.
Yeah,
Eggert now
Rosinski.
comes 8th.
Yeah.
There's somebody coming out of the pit lane there. So, Eggert teleports, so he's had enough there. So clearly not feeling quite up one with the machinery underneath him. But perhaps we're running out of time and getting into Group 4 now.
Eggert's looking quite quick as well, just further down on the order.
Well, Eggert just went back to the pit lane. We just saw that.
Yeah, sorry, my fault there. Time screen
So
glitching on my
we're
end.
in Group 4 now with Abdulrahman Valid, Stefan, just Stefan. He's like Prince. He just likes the one name. Nick Homewood, who's kindly been helping us with the broadcast earlier, but he has been practicing this time, he assures us. Mark Horvath is in this group, I think, but he's not on track. And there, Peter Schumann. And, of course, let's not forget, Balint Dzidzi. Another one of the Hungarian teams, I think. I forget which one. Is it Perfect Point? I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the entry. But
into the points racing.
Into the points, not Perfect Points. But
I think it was Perfect Points a long, long time ago, wasn't it? It was one of the names that was thrown around. I seem to
Shall we
remember
look at Stefan? He's one of the first to begin his lap. Clean and tidy save. A lovely livery, actually, on the bright green car. We were going to enter a green car as well. And then I went on holiday and didn't have time to enter. Last stint racing, as it says on the side. So, would have been last, but they were last stint, which I assume means the one before last.
What I love is that...
or penultimate, as we say in actual English.
All the teams have agreed, last in, first out. Which I thought was quite harsh.
So,
here they are.
1.3 1:03 off the pace so far on this first lap for Stefan, so not quite setting the timing screen alight, but neat and tidy. We never saw. With all those mistakes we were seeing, he could well get himself up the order. The time to beat to get into Super Bowl, Mia Levers, his time of a 1:40.783.
What I love is that I've spoken about Caprola's team name because it's the junior team of Last Isn't Racing. It's Last Isn't Racing.
There we go.
It's
Even
last
more grammatically incorrect.
It's Last and Racing 46. It's so hard to say. Just I think Martin Brundle will have an attack trying to say that.
I'm not sure these drivers and team owners like us in the commentary box.
They really want to make us suffer, don't they?
But here comes Stefan towards the end of his lap now. What sort of time is this going to be? It's probably not going to be quite enough.
I think it
might
be
get
last.
him into the top 14, 13, if he's lucky. There we go, 13th exactly. There we go.
Well done.
47.0 almost. So
Not
lovely
last.
lap, actually.
Yes,
Let's see what his contemporaries. There's Nick Homewood out there at the moment. He's actually set a pretty decent first sector. 3 or 5 temps down, I think. Yeah, let's have a look. Homewood, 25.8.
So
isn't too
close,
bad.
yeah. So close to winning races, Nick Homewood, as well. He's been running up there. He's led races previously, and
Yeah, Zurich most notably.
Zurich, yeah, it was his big breakthrough as well, and it's waiting for him as well.
And he had that big battle where he kind of lost out with Tobias Blumschein at Marrakesh.
Yeah.
Didn't have the rear steps out there. So the Marconi hairpin not being particularly kind to Nick Homewood, and a little bit of time ebbs away there. But he's got to battle this orange and black Ring of On machine all the way to the timing line. What's this going to be, Josh, as we go through?
Cross it now. Exiting. Down the line.
It's 10th.
Not
which
a
isn't
bad
too
time.
bad. Comfortably, I think, the fastest of this group, really. Although
Yeah.
Zitzi is actually in
Wow.
8th at the moment. He's displaced Pascal Eggert. So
Eggert's
Zitzi
dropped down to
actually
9th, yeah.
showing a handy turn of speed. Let's watch him as he almost
Just
crushes
touched
both
the
walls
wall.
there. But he got away with that one, I think.
I like
There's
the
a yellow in the
livery.
third sector.
Yeah, livery's quite nice on this car as well.
It's the into the points car. Red fading into black.
It reminds me of Vodafone.
Oh!
Whoa.
It's that corner where it always steps out, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
they're getting on the power so early. And here we go, bumping into the... I think those bumps really put them off going in the
Touch the
chicane.
wall. Yeah.
Yeah, Zidzi again having a little wall moment. That might be where he's getting this lap time, though. We saw it with Joshua Hamilton and Michael Seffel.
Downhill,
And
as you said earlier, roller coaster, and that part of the track, it's all downhill, and you've got a chicane. So it's like a bobsleigh run, that bit.
But
It's
we're getting
unbelievable.
towards the end of Group 4 now. So these guys really got to finish off their lap times now and see if it's going to be enough to get into Super Bowl. I think Zidzi or Homewood might be able to sneak in. But let's have a look as he goes towards the timing line. Giving it everything in the number 14. The green flag waves. And it's 5th. He's done it. He's displaced Mia Levers in the Ring of On car. So we might not see any Ring of On machines in Super Bowl, Josh. In fact, we won't. Because
no,
I'm
we're
pretty
not.
sure Nick
Time's
Homewood
over.
isn't on a faster lap. There we go. Look, slower in the first sector by 2 tenths, I think. But slightly quicker. Personal best in the middle. So it's all down to Nick Homewood in the 45. Here we go.
That's a lot of pressure to put on Nick Homewood as well. In the
And he can
500
only get up to
white.
8th. So an improvement just behind his old nemesis Tobias Blumschein in the order, funnily enough.
Oh, that turn one's going to be fun. And of course, Tobias will start on the inside. Nick starts on the outside line.
Right, anyone still going is Horvath. No, Horvath never got going.
Now they're all back in the pit lane now, so we go into Super Pole.
Yeah, Zidzi already leaving. They delayed Super Bowl last time because that was when we crashed. We got our crash out early this
That's
time.
it, yeah.
So we get to see more of Balin Zidzi and his amazing heroics on this Romy pre-circuit. Look at those flags in the background. The EU flag, the flag of Italy, and then a yellow and red flag, which I assume is for the region, for EUR, which is the district of Italy where this is. I could be completely wrong on that, but hopefully I'm
Well,
not.
it's I'll go with it until somebody tells me it's wrong.
But,
As they enter down.
here we
This
go.
is the warm-up lap, of course, before
Of course,
the main
Super
lap.
Pole, a somewhat lost art in modern Formula E.
Yeah.
With the new format where it's duels, you're always being compared to someone either behind or ahead of you, doing a lap at the same time. As Zidzi brakes quite late. Tries to get the brakes warmed up. Because he's lost all that brake temperature now. It's not like real Formula E where the car would maintain the heat. Because he teleported back to the pit lane. All that heat went out of the brakes. So just got into Super Pole. And in a few moments' time, he'll have to get his groove on. And try and get into pole position. But all this preparation is absolutely key, isn't it, Joshua?
Absolutely. Getting the tyres and temperatures back up as well, as you said, teleporting back to the pits, loses it all. And it's also a good time to get your eye back in on the circuit, because you may know it as well, you may have practiced it a lot, but you go back to the pit lane, you do something else, you get out your car seat as well from where you're sitting in the simulator, you just go for a little walk around, maybe grab a quick drink as well, and there's like, your eye gets taken off the lines. It's good to refamiliarise yourself with the circuit on this outlap, whilst then going for full attack mode.
I guess that's it.
200.
Very deep. He's really cold on the brakes then, I guess, and trying to get them as heated up as possible. But Zidzi, of course, has not got the problem you described, because he literally just got into Super Bowl, by the skin of his teeth, and now immediately called back into service. So,
because some of these guys haven't raced for about 10, 15 minutes, so they would have got up, gone around, and had a drink, and now, they're going to be out
after Zidzi, of course, we will see Rakovic, Sonneveld, Steffel, and then Hamilton in that order. But here we go. Let's ride on board with Zidzi as he starts his lap then. And as he goes through that long turn 5 into turn 6, the tight left-hander. Very neat and tidy. He's got the... as he bumps the wall there, that's going to have a bit of time, because he was getting on the power there. And because he was so far to the right, the walls sucked him in.
Yeah, it's too close, wasn't it? The exits. The same's going to happen here if he's not careful. He learns about it now.
Whoa, a good save there. And lucky we were on board with that one. But Zidzi just getting caught out by the bump there, the camber, putting him offline. And doing very well to fight against the wheel to save that one. But here we go. Continuing the lap then. Through turns 8, 9, and 10.
Down we go. This is the bobsleigh run beginning now. Remember, out of this corner, the track camber reduces dramatically, and it's now downhill. Look, you can almost see it, can't you?
Oh, he's going really wide there.
Yeah.
Again, the brakes locked up on him. Oh.
Look at this now, look. All downhill. You can see the slant in the road as you jump over, look.
Oh!
Big one. He's out.
And the rear wheel's gone. That's his attempt over. Zidzi will start 5th, Joshua.
He touched the wall on the inside line, the big orange side curb as well. That just caught many a real Formula E racing drivers out this circuit. Catches out our eSport drivers as well.
And Rakovic was just coming through on his outlap from the pits as well. So good thing he immediately teleported back to the pit lane there, because that wreckage could really have caused a problem for the VMS Sun-Edit's car.
Looking back on how he did it as well, just turns in. It's just a whack and a half.
I went on board on the nose cone, assuming that was going to be a real cool shot and he would negotiate it really cleanly. And unfortunately, Zidzi sort of ran out of luck there. He was pushing it a bit, and it just didn't work out for him. But 10 out of 10 for effort, but minus 10 points for losing the rear wheel, I guess.
What was that Martin says? Day late, dollar short.
Yeah. And here we go. Rakovic gets his lap underway.
Right. Swings down through turns 5 and 6.
Again, very neat and tidy. Until then, of course.
He might just make the apex. It's going to be slow at the exit, though.
Crucially, missing the wall on the right.
Yes.
So he's already got a slightly more clean run beginning to the lap. But it's all about making sure. Hopefully he's had a good preparation, because we missed half of it. But the preparation isn't the key bit. It's delivering. Again, doesn't have too much squirrely traction moments as he goes through these heavy cambered parts. There is a jump somewhere. A little bit hard to tell. The cars stick to the ground a bit better in this game than in real life.
It's in that segment, isn't it, as well? Just over the start-finish line area. Whoa, he's in the wall.
And the rear, great. We were just talking about how clean Rakovic had kept it, and the rear went straight in there. There was just too much speed on entry, and he couldn't slow it down in time. So that's ebbed away a bit, and Sonneveld, Steffel, and Hamilton will be seeing that and thinking, right, I can gain there as long as I don't tap the rear out like that. But here we go, through the chicane then.
No!
He gets it wrong as well! My goodness. It's a lethal chicane, isn't it, Joshua? It's catching them all out, but Rakovic, crucially, kept the wheels, all the wheels on the car, but how's the steering look? Not great.
A bit angled,
yeah, look at
it?
It's ebbing a bit to the left. Not too bad. You could probably manage that if that was a race. But this is going to hurt his qualifying lap, not least because he came to a dead stop there.
It's sandwiched in about 7 seconds, but he knows he's got to complete this lap time because the others might run into similar errors at that part of the track. If one
Yes,
could
if
do
they
it, they
all
all
hit
can.
chicane, then it's going to be
Yeah.
who loses the least time, who reverses quickest.
Yeah, so he's got to complete this lap time,
Oh,
regardless.
it's not
he's spun it
handling well
again,
at
I think.
all.
Green flags at the side. I think he wants to see that check in as quickly as possible.
And the wheel's spinning in frustration, but he hits the line. Provisional pole then for Milan Rakovic. But I will be very surprised if that lasts.
151.225. Wow.
Yeah, so that's the time to beat then. Sonneveld already about to begin his lap as he goes through the final corner. And we're underway then. So the championship leader, a huge amount of pressure on House Sonneveld to get it clean and get it together.
That's a long entry. It's too much speed as well.
That was a little bit cautious as well,
Yeah.
but remember, he's just got to make sure he doesn't hit the chicane, and he's got provisional pole, and then the gauntlet is thrown to Stefan Hamilton. But Sonneveld, he's been looking really confident all season. Look how close he's getting to the UNICEF sign there.
Has he been watching what's been going on in the previous 2 qualifying laps as well? He's taking amazing risks out there. Oh, he touched the wall on the inside there.
Oh, got away with that one, unlike Stoffel Van Dorn. Here we go, into turn 8. This time he doesn't slide it in like Rakovic did. And that was what started that kind of negative spiral, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But Sonneveld not falling into the same trap.
Right.
Purple in the first sector as well, so he was actually faster than Rakovic, even
Here we go.
without the crucial mistake. Let's run on board the nose. Let's see, hopefully, how the chicane's really done, Josh.
Cross your fingers.
No pressure.
He's made a mistake. He's got through. Whoa.
No, that was just the bumps, Josh. I think
Yeah.
they've all been having that. And Sonneveld masterfully kept it under control there. Here he goes, through the Marconi Tower. He goes wide as he likes, so he can turn in, hit his apex, and
Oh,
neat and
lovely.
tidy. Oh, we shouldn't have doubted him, not even for a second, should we, Josh? His
Well,
famous
we had
last
reason.
words.
Yeah. Famous last words. He's still got a few corners left to go, and these are the trickiest ones as well through the back half of the sector.
Here we go. He can't falter now, surely. Only a few more corners to negotiate as he powers towards the line. Is it going to be provisional pole for Sonneveld? It is. A 1:39. Is that 1:39, Josh?
139.530 is the time that's stuck on my monitor, so give me a second. I think he might have matched his own best time as it comes across. The time screen's updating across it. It's a 1:39.207 is his new fastest time.
Wow, there we go. So delivering exactly when it matters. So a brilliant lap by Sonneveld, but can Stoffel and Hamilton beat that? We'll have to see.
So Sonneveld has now gone over to the top time, as you can see on your board, pushing Hamilton down to second. So actually, for once, the top 5 might actually be in the right order.
Yes, but as we've seen, it's high risk, but high reward if you can get it out of the barriers. And Stoffel starts his lap then. Welcome aboard the IPR, it says.
Too late. Ooh.
And you might have had a few too many of the IPRs before getting in the car here. But
He was
thankfully,
too messy down into turn 3.
that looked very cautious to me. I think Stoffel maybe thinking he's not quite had a great start to the lap. He might be thinking, I can get second here, depending on what Hamilton does.
Oh, look at the bumps at the start line as well.
Oh, and you can just feel the car understeering as well through these long corners. The Formula E cars, they're designed for these chicanes, for these 90-degree right and left-handers. And Stoffel makes the same mistake that Rakovic did. And could this be the beginning of a trip to the barriers? Of a more brutal trip to the barriers, I mean, of course.
I've got that YouTube channel in my head now as well, where Scott ran it over into the barrier.
Yeah, Stoffel looks like he's calmed it down a little bit so far. Over the bumps he goes. Does he avoid the barriers? Oh, mostly.
He touched the wall at the exit, didn't he? It was a braze at the exit.
Let's see if we can go on board as he negotiates the Marconi Tower.
Looks okay to me. This could be a quick one.
Yeah, this is going to be solid. But the middle sector, look, he's ebbed a bit of time there with that hit of the wall.
Yeah. So
and
this
that
is
could be decisive. Yeah, 31.7 in the middle sector, so that was 4 tenths slower.
What does it say for the race if only Sonneveld can get through?
Yeah, well, it's all down to Joshua Hamilton, I think. But let's see what Stoffel can do as he crosses the line. Second place it is. So he did actually beat his time from qualifying. But now the gauntlet has been thrown. It's only Joshua Hamilton left to go. Can he do it, Josh?
Well, it's a 1:39.429, which is a very interesting time. Now, Hamilton, His time was a 1:39.530, so he's got to find some more pace out there.
It's going to take something special, that's for sure. Hamilton took second place last time out of Berlin. Can he take pole position?
Down through the very fast, flat-out segment as well. Gets a mistake.
Oh, but that's not the end of the lap, of course.
Yeah,
it's not the end of the world. He could still get a little bit of time back.
Look at that.
That's going to put him on the back foot, that's for sure.
No steering, put down the straightaway into the hairpin. Gets it good. And now over the bumps, controls it. There's another one coming as well. Here it is. Bang, bang. It's okay to me.
Yeah, the suspension really not liking this. Over the hill we go. And the car somehow sticks to the road. And here comes turn 8. Oh, don't let the rear slide out, Joshua. Oh.
Look good, look good.
It looks neat and tidy under control. And it's actually fastest in the first sector. Let's have a look at that. 25.3. So, yes, a tenth and a little bit faster than Sonneveld. So he's got to keep that up, Josh.
As he comes now through the dreaded chicane area as well. Now, here we go, look. Keep your fingers crossed. Does he make it through? Over the bumps. Touch one. That was so close. He did touch it.
Hits. So that might cost, but he's still up through the split. So it's all going to go down to this final sector then. All or nothing, Joshua, is Mr. Hamilton. Oh, he lets the rear brush out, going as wide as he can. He's trying to get maximum turn in. But
that might cost him.
Risking everything to try and go for pole position, Joshua Hamilton. Can the number 16 beat that 1:39 time?
Oh, he's
Only a couple of corners to go. I think this might not be enough, but full marks. He's put everything into this lap. And it's really just a race to the line now, isn't it?
Cross the line.
He's done it!
Wow!
Wow, what a superb lap by Joshua Hamilton. He will start on pole position for the Rome Eprix from his House Sonneveld, Michael Steffel, Milan Rakovic, and Balint Zizzi, which, funnily enough, is the top 5 in the overall standings as well. So all the best times coming from the top 3 at the end. Unfortunately, Rakovic and Zizzi having a fairly incident-packed Super Pole laps, but Hamilton, Sonneveld, Steffel putting on a superb display. I think you have to agree, Josh.
Completely, and how rare is it as well, as you say, for the timing graphics to be correct after the end of Super Pole, which is fantastic news. So now we go into... Okay, non-essential personnel.
Shall we have a look at the...
Yeah, go straight to the race then, not the warm-up. Go on.
Oh, no, we haven't got the quality results. So... we'll
just have to read the grid out. I think. Yeah, they've cancelled warm-up because we're so far behind schedule. We're going straight to the race. Because we're what? How long? Nearly... we're about 10 minutes behind schedule. Maybe a bit more. So they've cancelled the warm-up and we're going straight to the race.
Here we go. So drivers all just forming up. Sonneveld's not made it yet. Nor is Hamilton or Steffel. They're all in the pits. There we go. Now they're there. There's our pole setter. We get a lovely look at all the sponsors.
Have you got your lingo ready as well? Because I bet they're going to be, what was it, porpoising as well, like we see in the F1 cars this year.
Oh, the porpoising.
Porpoising,
certainly over the bumps. But the Formula E car is designed with higher suspension, designed with street circuits in mind, and not with ground effect, crucially. Although, if you had a active suspension or something to stop the sliding skirts, as Colin Chapman discovered, that would be quite crucial. Here's Steffel. Shall we get on board very briefly, have a look at what's ahead? There's the run to the start line. Walking on board the IPR.
We're going to see
you can see Sonneveld to the left of him and Hamilton ahead. So,
which way are you going to go down towards turn 1? No one's got any data here either. That's the thing.
Zizzi is still in the pit, so he's the one we're waiting on.
I hear lights.
Here we go. So I think Zizzi's made it then. Joshua Hamilton goes away, and the Rome Eprix begins. And Steffel is already trying to attack Sonneveld, but Sonneveld cuts him off as they go through into the first corner. And it looks all neat and tidy, but there's a little bit of drama behind. As we look at Rzyński, as he sees Eggert making a move ahead of him. Oh, someone in the wall there. That was Zizzi. So Zizzi late to the grid and already in the wall there. But it's Joshua Hamilton leading from Sonneveld, Steffel, Rakovic. Blumschein has made a brilliant getaway, I think. The timing has completely messed up now, but Hamilton should still be leading.
they might stop this, because the car, well, as Zavinsky, as you said, he didn't get to the grid until 2 seconds before the lights went out, and the timing screens have actually glitched a lot. They might stop this one, but meantime, the races go.
Yes, there we go. So we will try and... it's currently showing Jack Giordano in the lead.
Yeah.
So clearly, that's not the lead.
No, because he's down there.
Jack seems to have come to grief somewhere, which is a big shame for him.
So the timing screens have changed again.
It does say Gio on the top, but rest assured, that's not Antonio Giovinazzi. That is Mr. Giordano, our good friend from Formula E. But meanwhile, I think it's all in reverse order at the moment. Jack Giordano has just DNF'd, and the timing screen have reset. So thanks, Jack. Your sacrifice was not in vain.
So Hamilton from Sonneveld as well, the top two, as now things get back underway. So that's great news. They won't red flag it. They'll keep it going.
Yeah, let's refresh the overlay so we can hopefully see outside of the top 10. There we go. But like you say, still Hamilton leading the way. And the pressure is now on Sonneveld because Hamilton could be a real threat to his championship now if he runs away with this one. We're seeing a yellow in the third sector. That's Spam who's come to grief. I don't think that steering looks particularly healthy.
No, he's hit the wall. So yeah, look
there
at
we
that.
go. It's crabbing to the right. Yeah, so already a bad start for Spam. Zidzi is starting to make up positions. He's just gotten through past Schoenman, I think. As a Capriola struggling behind Stefan. And there we go. This is Schoenman, who has joined the last stint racing. He's not a Formula 1 driver anymore. So that was what confused me there, because I was wondering, where is the big orange car? Is that? But Schoenman, he taps the back of Zidzi and causes a huge accident. Once again, we say, look at the two Hungarian cars. That's Preka and Villarenga, I think, trying to go around.
Yeah, and
it's Horvath, sorry.
Definitely got steering damage there as well. 2 side-on hits as well. The steering wheel is going to look very cross-eyed at the moment.
And meanwhile, Stan Valestra has just been overtaken at the Marconi Tower. That's quite a move by Pascalega.
Yeah,
through back to 8.
That was a great move. You don't often see them there. It's too big of a corner.
Yes, but the two best starters, it must be said, on that first lap, Tobias Blumschein and Nick Homewood, who've come up from... actually, they've only gained 2 places each, I think, but that's still quite good. As we see, Blumschein really letting the rears light up. He can't afford to do that too many times if he wants to catch Milan Rakovic. There's Hamilton, Sonneveld, Steffel, Rakovic, and Blumschein in top 5.
Our timing screens have gone down up in the box. It says that the connection has been lost, so
I can still see them, so don't worry about that. It looks like Tobias is gearing up for a move on Rakovic. He looks much faster, but let's not forget we've got energy to worry about as well. Big hit by Tobias! How did he save that, Josh?
I think he did better than Van Dorn did it as well. Hit the bump as well. Just lost it.
Mistake up ahead by Rakovic, and it's all really tight at the top 5. So Hamilton is really saving energy, and Sonneveld is being backed into Steffel here. As you see another mistake from Rakovic, he looks so hairy in terms of the way he's driving, not necessarily physical appearance. But
Tobias sliding the rear of the car as well.
In the qualifying, I think Rakovic looks really on the back foot. Tobias had to have a couple of goes turning in there, didn't he?
It's that bump just before the chicane. It's catching everybody out. It's what we saw with the crashes in qualifying, and it's having havoc now as well, as Spam seems to be back up and running as well out on the circuit. It's just come back into the pit lane now, apparently, alongside. So he might be out of the race if he decides to retire there. But Hamilton leads 0.6 of a second to Sonneveld as things are. But the field beginning to get spread out. The top 8 running together, and all still in a chance of winning this race.
Indeed, but Joshua Hamilton leads from the front. He can control the pace, and that means he can control the energy as well. Although Sonneveld saving slightly more than him, a percentage more, but that could balloon out as we continue. As Steffel is still right behind the two of them. But it's Rakovic and Blumschein, which I think is going to be a big battle. As Conan has just got by Valid for 17th, further back. So a little bit of a battle going on. Horvath has just been overtaken by Schumann. Let's see if he...
Why is Norbert Preka dropping so far down the order? As well? He was 12th.
You know he's still there.
Yeah. So he was
10 Sonneveld just jumped him there.
Yeah. But, I thought he had a more serious issue, but what was it? 39 minutes to go.
Yeah, Capriola, the steering looking very damaged. He's coming into the pit lane. So not a great start for him either. Spam, I think, is still circulating, so
He's gone back out, yeah.
I think Span was almost a lap down. Schumann and Horvath continue the battle side by side. Oh, nearly in the wall there.
I did touch the wall on the entrance to turn
Aggressive
one. I was locked
Mark
up.
Horvath, and Schumann goes wide and lost the position then.
He avoided, Pat Schumann avoided doing a Sam Bird and hitting the barriers of the first corner. He can now get it back on the circuit as we jump towards the front.
Oh, really drifting through the Marconi corner. And that's maximum risk, isn't it? As we see, actually, Emil Evers has now lost out to his teammate. He may have actually let Eggert through there, but that's another place for Eggert, and he'll be free to chase after his teammate Nick Homewood, who's directly ahead of him. But Sonneveld really hanging out of this phase. He really doesn't want to let Joshua Hamilton get away. That was just the timing screen glitch.
Yes, timing screens are glitching as well several times as Sonneveld's now holding it as a second. He's got to catch up.
We see our first attack mode as well. Schumann.
Yes.
So Schumann, clearly a bit annoyed about being pushed. He wants revenge on Mark Horvath ASAP as soon as possible. So let's look forward to that. There's a yellow flag in the first sector. Is that Spam being lapped or Capriola? It's
Capriola because he just came into the pit lane and he's registered.
Oh, there we go. That would be why. He's gone well off in the runoff and he's having to, again, much like Pascal, Austin powers his way out in the 46.
He's stopping because he's got traffic coming against him, so he's going to go a lap down and just sit there.
And Steffel, meanwhile, has closed right up again to the back of Sonneveld. And we'll keep an eye on the percentages because that's really going to develop as this goes on. But we've got 37 minutes remaining left, so it's still early days left in this race. Oh, no!
Wow!
Really
It happened!
My goodness, it's a Mercedes sandwich once again, except not with Mercedes, of course, with the Hungarian team here. But Prekka's steering looks completely obliterated there. It's going all the way to the right, and Norbert Prekka did well not to lose a wheel there. But that is seriously going to compromise his race. And the man who was third in the championship last season has had a horrific start to the season, it must be said.
Nothing but bad luck. And that's disappointing.
Yes, and now Frugo, Verardi, and
that's tight.
Stefan going around the outside. Oh, and just avoiding the wall in the green car there. Green and gold. How is Norbert Prekka going to get through the chicane? That's what I would like to know.
We've got to see this. We've got to see this. Go on, let's see how he does it.
Oh, very carefully.
He's held up traffic as well, look.
Yeah, there we go. Through goes Zidzi on the inside. Whoa! Zidzi thought that was It was a move for position, of course, but he probably didn't know Prekka had hit the wall. And let's kind of bunch this pack up near the back as all of them go for attack mode there. So we're seeing more attack mode coming into play. There we go, Capriola going for it, as well as, not Prekka, that's Zidzi, I think.
I swear I heard someone touch the wall. There was some hit of carbon fibre I heard in the back of my headset, so...
Capriola really letting the rear hang out there. But that's the extra power of attack mode. You've got to be really careful with that.
Has he actually got steering damage? He has!
He has. He's already. And he's going to beat Prekka in as a result.
He hit the wall. Yeah, he's the one who hit the wall then. I thought I heard a hit of carbon fibre. As Hamilton, nicely through the chicane. Well done. Sonneveld's got Michael Steffel just right behind. Into the braking zone now for the hairpin.
The thing is, Sonneveld is too smart, really, here.
Yeah.
For Steffel to really take advantage. And it's a bit of a rerun as we look at that in the background. Blumschein really challenging Rakovic as well. I think Blumschein has got a better chance of getting past Rakovic. The danger is if Rakovic hits the wall
nearly. They did there.
The danger is if Rakovic hits the wall right in front of Blumschein, he's going to have no time to react. But if he backs off, then he's got Pascal Eggert right behind him as well. That's somebody going into attack mode there.
Didn't see who it was just yet.
It's Krzysztof Rosinski further back. There he is. But meanwhile, the order up front unchanged then, as expected, as we all get down to 80%.
Gap has changed, 1.5 now.
Is that Blumschein finally getting through down the inside of Rakovic? And Rakovic on the outside needs to make sure Blumschein doesn't feed him in the wall. Oh, look at this, the rear slide. And Blumschein doing everything he can to take advantage here. But Rakovic somehow keeping in front and Pascal Eggert licking his lips. I think these two might well come together again if they're not careful.
Oh,
And
that
more
was a
defensive
dive
driving
bomb.
from Rakovic.
Yeah, he cut across. That's allowed to rush. Go side by side. They hit again.
But Blumshine's through.
And that's
Oh,
here comes
but it's going to be
Pascal.
Stephen Eggert now on the outside. But through comes Rakovic fighting back again. Trying to get back on the outside, which becomes the inside, but Blumshine cuts him off. They're not giving each other space. Oh, hit the wall! And Eggert goes past both of them. Oh, consternation for Blumshine, and there was someone else going up in the background there as well.
Yeah.
But, oh my goodness. And is the steering okay? Blumshine's going to be furious about that, isn't he?
Yeah,
Because-
bonjour, je m'appelle Pascal. To slip through on the inside.
Yeah, 'cause-
and great move.
I mean, Blumshine had Rakovic there, and Rakovic always goes for attack mode now, or tries to, rather, and misses. But
that was his worst attempt to take attack mode I think I've ever seen in my life.
But that was Christmas.
Yes.
Christmas Day, New Year's Day, and Easter for Pascal all at the same time, because he's gained 2 positions now. He's up to 4th, and now he is free to challenge Steffel and Sonneveld, who are still right together. But up in the lead, Joshua Hamilton leads by over 2.5 seconds now. So
That
he's
is a
really
big-
playing out to
but
his
he's about
advantage.
he's about to hit traffic as well with lap cars, so he's going to be in a bit of trouble there. Great news is, at the moment, 2.9 seconds. He can now survive as Tobias, I think, has passed Homewood, because Homewood just dropped down to 7th again. So I'm not sure what's happened on that little screen, because we're watching.
Oh, that's what's happened.
Why.
They've
Yeah.
hit each other.
Oh, not
another-
again.
No space for the 2 cars to make it through situation. And I'm being rerun of Marrakesh here.
We can't
Let's
say
keep an
anything
eye on
about
this.
Yeah, we can't say anything about Marrakesh.
Oh, well, not when Nick's present. Oh, it's Blumshine really putting it. And I think Nick's letting him through on the inside there.
Well
So clearly, there's
Yeah.
some guilt from one party towards the other.
Gentleman's there. Very nice race.
Brzezinski has got past Dennis Vierenga, actually, while this has been going on, using his attack mode.
What I would
So,
love now is for Nick to repass Tobias at a really difficult part of the track. Right,
Michael
here's-
Steffel continuing as Vierenga is out. That's probably why
That's why the
he's
yellows
been
are out.
passed. So, yeah, it's back to the pits for him, is it showing? And will Michael Steffel go for attack mode to try and jump Klaus Sonneveld?
Is Petto out as well? Because I can't see him circulating.
Schumann is out, yes.
Yeah.
So something's happened there too. We don't want to miss this lead battle, potentially, if anything happens.
2.2, the gap now to Hamilton and Sonneveld.
Yeah, so Sonneveld has called back a little bit.
Yeah, 1.8, 1.9. Wow, it's closing.
Yes, look, 2% more used by
Yeah.
Hamilton. So Hamilton is trying to keep an eye on that. Actually, no, it's about the same now. But Eggert now has
3.5.
set the fastest lap. Oh, and
That's
slides
why.
the rear out and somehow makes the corner. Wow. Look
Pascal
at Pascal.
Eggert, yeah.
He is a man on a mission.
The Formula E whisperer. To get that thing turned in.
Yeah. Oh, and Gashi now going for attack mode. As
Yeah.
we look at the order, and Rakovic has got up to 5th now, ahead of Blumshine and Homewood. So with attack mode.
Yeah, so that was all because of Blumshine and Homewood making contact with each other. And that's what changed the order around for P5. But the traffic's starting to come into play now as well, and several cars that are hit trouble earlier on in the race and now might interrupt the main flow of the race. Gap keeps fluctuating between Hamilton and Sonneveld as well. It was 3.5, now it's 1.4, and keeps on changing every
Yes,
sector.
Rakovic is going to catch up to Eggert now using his attack mode.
Yes.
Because he's still got 3 minutes left. Homewood has gone for it now as well. So he may well catch up to Tobias before the end. Let's have a look.
Dennis said
Well,
that
he's got
his
quite a
game
gap
crashed.
ahead of him, actually, to close. And in fact, Tobias, is he caught back up to Rakovic again? Oh, no, that's a lapped car he's getting
yeah.
past.
Yeah, Dennis Ferranga said that his game crashed. That's why he's out of the race.
Ah, well, that's pretty horrific luck for Dennis Vierenga. But he'll be back next time for the next round in wherever that is. As actually, Tobias now goes for attack mode and emerges exactly behind Nick Homewood and almost hits the back of him. But luckily, Tobias, he's wiser than to go for that trick. As
You won't be here in the next one, Ed. It's Interior.
well, I might have to... it's virtual, so it's not the same as real Saudi Arabia.
March 25th. Oh, really? Are you going to take a... Oh, hello. That's unusual.
So I can't watch a virtual race in Saudi Arabia. That's the same. All those virtual people who have been tortured and brutally murdered, yes.
Okay, fair point. Okay, well, at least you get to see the circuit for the first time.
Okay. I might have to learn it, yes. I'll pretend it's somewhere else.
As
we see yellow in the first sector. Not sure what that's for. As Gashi.
Watch Pascal's lap attack from that race.
Oh. As a...
Here is Pascal, actually. We were just watching him a second ago.
I'm really confused. I'm trying to figure out where that yellow in the final sector is.
I can't see anybody off.
Well, it's
yes,
cleared
I can.
now.
It's Stefan.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
So he's got going again. So...
You think he was off at the hairpin?
There is perhaps something else going on. Auto Director seems very interested in the exploits of Ten Sonneveld, who is gamely carrying on trying to chase his teammate, Nick... it's not Nick Conan. No, he's being chased by Gashi, his teammate. There's Stefan. But,
very much on his own now as well.
Eggert has pulled the trigger. He's gone for attack mode. He had a big gap behind him, because Rakitic just about to run out.
Yeah.
So now... Eggert is going for second place here. He's got a great chance of getting second place. And surely... surely Steffel, Sonneveld and Hamilton have to react now. Especially Hamilton.
Yeah, Eggert's only 1.1 second back as well. And Sonneveld's gone wide. Sonneveld's dropped positions massively here. I don't know why.
No, he hasn't. He's still ahead.
Knows? Okay, it's a timing
we can
screen
see him
glitch.
ahead.
Yeah.
Steffel is... Oh, Eggert using the extra power. Just slightly misjudges the apex. And... goes more across the curb on the inside than I think he would have wanted to. But Steffel is looking very close now. Once again, he might have another attack here. Approaching turn 8. Oh, here we go over the bumps. He's kept well in the slipstream. What is Sonneveld going to do? He hugs the inside, which becomes the outside, of course. And now Steffel going for it. Here we go. Up for second place. Is Michael Steffel going to take it of the inside? Oh, he isn't quite far enough alongside, but Sonneveld goes wide. And now they're side by side, and this could end in tears, Josh.
Yeah, and here comes Pascal. Look, he's sliding ever so slightly, but he's ready to capitalise. He's already seen it happen once today.
They hit!
Oh, is he going to take on the inside?
And they just bumped the front of them, so just cosmetic, thankfully. But here we go. This chicane is going to be quite scary with all these three coming through right along each side each other.
Oh.
Now Eggert using the extra power. These two are sitting ducks. Surely they've got to go for attack mode sooner rather than later. And Steffel getting held up by Sonneveld. That could open the door here.
There goes Pascal.
Eggert to dive up the inside. And they both go exactly. So they had to react there. Hamilton, interestingly, has not reacted. So
no, he stayed
4
out
seconds
there.
to the good, though. So he's got another lap or two before Eggert starts to catch him and get within his window. But now, Sonneveld and Steffel both on attack mode. They didn't really want to do that, did they? They were forced into it by Eggert.
And it was a very, very close call between them that I'm surprised we didn't see cars up in the air, flipping upside down and everything. How close they got. So Pascal to second, but here comes the battle with Sonneveld and Steffel again. Look how close they are. That's not let up. And the gap only 0.9 of a second. Hamilton, 5.2 ahead. Has to take, though, his attack modes in this race. Otherwise, they'll be penalised.
Oh, little mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, but they both slide. So Steffel will not take advantage. But Joshua Hamilton has actually increased the gap slightly to 4.7. It was 4.5 seconds. It's now 4.7. So Hamilton continuing to impress. And he's got 1% more than Eggert. So Sonneveld, Steffel, and Eggert are all fighting each other. Hamilton, this is working out perfectly for him because he could save energy up front if he needs to. But he might need to make sure Eggert doesn't start closing him too much.
This is only round 2 of the 5th season. This is what everyone's got to remember as well.
Oh, you can see 8 in the background there.
Yeah, they're getting closer now, 2.7. And one mistake of that chicane is costly.
And here's Evers. He's not had a great start to the race. Neither has Zidzi in front of him. And Evers is now trying to fight Zidzi for 16th position. But let's see if Hamilton goes for... No, he didn't.
Nope.
So
Not
I
again.
guess he's... I'll do it when I want to, not when you want me to.
He was 5 seconds ahead. Now he's only 2.1.
Oh, Verardi, I think, has hit the wall.
Yes, he has.
Yes, and through goes his contemporaries. I think his teammate Zidzi has also gone through. But this is a very close battle for 14th between Valid, Zidzi, and Evers. Oh, Verardi!
My goodness! And that car must be damaged as well. That's
Eggert
violent
is about
snap.
to run out of attack mode. He's only got the gap down to 3.8 as It looks like Zidzi is having a go at Valid, but not quite able to get through. And is that lapped car ahead of them as Tobias is being closed in on by Valestra.
Pascal Eggert does the fastest lap of the race, so 1:42.601. So Sonneveld and Steffel set
This has been an
bests.
impressive comeback, it must be said, by Pascal Eggert. And now Sonneveld has got 2 minutes more attack mode, and is almost certainly going to attack here.
Whoa.
Around the outside into turn 8.
Oh, he's touched
which becomes
the
the inside. Oh, but
that was
not
beautiful.
quite enough overlap. So
Yeah.
Sonneveld having to bide his time here. And the thing is, if Sonneveld messes up, then Steffel will be right through. So House has to really manage it well, because he's the cork in the bottle here. He's the kid in the middle. He's Malcolm in the middle, and
There
he
we
needs
go.
to. He was
Over
at the
the
head of
bumps.
this, and now because of Pascal using attack mode, he's found himself losing track position. As is Steffel in the wall? He
Yes!
is! Steffel
Oh, he's
retires! Oh no, he just got the chicane wrong and pinballed into the wall. And that's third place gone then, or chance at third gone.
Well, isn't that
Sonneveld,
wizard?
meanwhile, continues. So,
Yeah.
big mistake there, Joshua.
Taking another look at it as well, the YouTube, because it's slightly behind what we're seeing, turns in, clips the inside wall, bounces back across into it as well. So he tags the inside and he just
And
rotates
could
the
that
car.
be decisive for Michael Steffel's championship
Yeah.
as well? Because he needed those points. It's not a long season.
No, it's really not. This is a shorter season than we had last year as well. We've still got the mystery race at the end of the year, though.
Oh, it's true. What could be the mystery race?
It's got to be Docklands, isn't it, really?
Well, could be, I don't know, Battersea Park. I don't think the Gen 2 cars would last too long, as looks like Blumshine is in the middle of something. Oh, about to run out of attack mode, of course.
Oh, I've lost all my timings.
Oh, again.
Yeah.
It might be because Steffel retired.
Spinner! Oh, that was close.
Oh, yeah. So I think that might have been Vilestra.
Yeah,
Just
lost
narrowly
the bag,
avoiding
yeah.
the spin. He
Behind
chases.
Sonneveld.
No, he's behind Blumshine.
Yeah, so it was the car behind Sonneveld that lost it.
Valid has stopped. What's happened to Abdulrahman Valid?
Absolutely.
He's reversing. Oh! And who's that? Did he just went out across of? These are the
That
race
was
leaders.
Spam.
So Valid needs to get out of the
yeah,
way.
here comes
Capriola
Hamilton.
may have
Again.
attacked him. Oh, Valid looked like he was about to be hit there by the Iris. That may have been Blumshine.
Get out of the...
And,
get,
Lestra.
escape. Just get out of it. That's purpose now. You're on the racing line. Get out of
Yeah,
that.
this is not wise by the IPR driver. Valid needs to get out of that.
Unless his game has crashed.
Unless he can't interact with the computer at all. But Sonneveld, meanwhile, still right behind Pascal Eggert in the battle for second.
Valid's still there. He hasn't
But
moved.
Valid remains a mobile hazard. Well, a
here
static
come- here
hazard.
they
There
come.
we go.
Yeah, here we go.
Finally disqualified and taken to the pit lane as Eggert continues to defend from Sonneveld. And the lap traffic has to make way. Oh, look, Capriola, I think, serving his penalty now for whatever happened there. I assume there was some kind of... Can't have been for cutting the track. Must have been for colliding with another car.
So only 16 left.
So,
He's
21
out.
minutes remaining. Yeah, Capriola
Viardi's out of the race.
veering. Verratti,
Viardi's out of the
Valid
race.
and Steffel are all out, yes. As Gashi continues to... He's just let Evers through, actually, with a little mistake. But 4.4 seconds, so the lead, roughly what it was. So Joshua Hamilton, still yet to go for attack mode. He's going to get both of them out of the way in quick succession near the end, isn't he? This is exactly what Sonneveld did in Berlin, if I remember correctly.
So Vardy retires in the pits with damage. We're down to 15 runners. You are right. It's exactly what he did in Berlin.
And Sonneveld has lost that track position now because
Yeah.
he couldn't get past Heggert. Not helped, of course, by Abdulrahman Valid blocking the circuit.
Yeah, being a mobile chicane, of course, not helping. There'll be some strong words from the race directors about that. Like, it took him so long to disconnect.
And I think Stefan caused the yellow flag very briefly there. How's his steering look? A little bit to the left on the straight.
Yeah.
So he must be crabbing to the right slightly. But Stefan doing okay. He's not dead last. Because I think Spam and Capriola are still in the race. There we are.
I bet you as well, every driver is now fearing this chicane. It's just terrifying.
Oh yes. A chicane that strikes fear into the hearts of all.
Should we call it the Wall of Champions? No, the Wall of Pope. Let's call that the Wall of Pope.
The Vatican Wall.
The Vatican Wall. That's even better. That's what we'll do it. The
Yes,
Vatican Wall.
this is exactly why I'm here on the commentary, Josh. You wouldn't
No,
be able to hear
yeah,
that without this new microphone. Little
Absolutely,
snide
yeah.
comments like that.
We better list that down, getting ready
So
for
big
when it
thank
comes
you
back.
to Richard King from Formula Sim Racing for getting that for me. Very kind of him. Didn't need it anymore. I assume he's got an even better mic that he uses now.
What is his even better mic? Because it's improved
Oh, he
dramatically.
neglected to say, in case I bought it myself, I guess. But
If it's a Coles 4104 lip mic, tell him I'll have one. After on those for years.
So there's been, I wouldn't say quietly, because we've seen a fair bit of it, but there's been another battle outside the top two, which have been quite close, which is Valestra and Tobias Blumschein.
Yeah.
Because Tobias, having kind of
6th and
lost
7th.
out against Nick Homewood and Reykjavik, and Reykjavik, I think, might be in trouble with Tobias at the end of this race.
Just punches a bit.
Look at that. He's right in the slipstream, and Tobias gets defensive and weaves in the braking zone. Just a little, or just before the braking zone, rather. Let's be fair.
Yeah,
But,
just
so
defending
just
the
trying to
line.
make sure Valestra doesn't try anything. But Stan Valestra, looking like he really wants to have a go at that Iris, doesn't he?
If I was Alex Jakes right now, I'd be saying, and then we're appealing that one after the
Oh,
race
and
as
then
well.
both tag it. Oh, you saw
That was
that.
incredible.
Tobias Blumschein hit the inside almost, and then Valestra really hit it and bounced. Oh, big crash from Tobias, and he crashes right in
gets
front of
through.
Valestra. Threads the needle between the Iris and the wall. How on earth did he do that? But Tobias having to Austin passes his way out. Oh, and he gets
bang.
hit by Rosinski.
And the race leader's going through it. Yeah, this is not going well.
That's not the race leader, that's a lapped car, I think.
It's
That must
not
be
Hamilton.
spam.
It's spam. Oh well, we won't focus on spam. Oh,
That was a messy moment indeed, and Rosinski, and very much an innocent victim there.
spam avoided getting
Tobias,
splattered.
another messy moment as he goes for a second attack mode now to try and regain ground. Thankfully, a big gap. And Rosinski didn't get through because he had nowhere to go there. But how's the
Hamilton's just
steering
coming in
looking?
sector 2.
Not
Bad.
great. In fact, very poor. He's the steering is handling like an old shopping trolley, Josh.
Yeah, wonky
And that
wheels
kind of
everywhere.
sums up Tobias'
Oh.
race, doesn't it? Because he had a brilliant start, but since then, it's not gone to plan. And these long corners are really going to... It's a battle with the car, and I think
Oh.
Tobias is losing the battle.
I think
This is entertaining, though, as Sonnevad had actually got within 7/10 again of Eggert. So, with all due respect to Tobias and Stan Valestra, let's focus on this a little bit.
Yeah, so Sonneveld trying to catch back up because he has not taken his second attack mode yet, I don't think. He's only had the one. Same as
16
Pascal.
minutes remaining, though. If you see Joshua Hamilton use attack mode, do let us know.
Yes.
Because we
Right
probably
to
will
us,
miss it.
yeah. Right
He
to
didn't use
us.
it this lap, and in fact, he is not really pulled away like I expected him to. He's been managing the energy. 3.7 is the gap. Just gone down from 4.5 seconds.
Yeah,
But
right.
Eggert has got his mirrors full of Sonneveld. So Eggert could still win this one, but it's going to have to come down to a mistake, I think. Or
From Hamilton,
losing too much ground because he leaves it too late to use attack mode. That could happen if Eggert continues to chip away at his time, of course. He's not going to literally chip away at him like a marble statue. Although those are quite plentiful in this part of Italy.
Absolutely,
Or Rome,
because-
rather, as we see.
Well, the Statue of
Close
David
to
is there, isn't it, as well?
Statue of Liberty?
David.
Oh, David, sorry. We do have a race in New York, funnily enough, which overlooks Manhattan. As Sonneveld continues to apply maximum pressure to Pascal Eggert. We got the two Dutchmen fighting away for second then, and the British driver in the lead. So
I'm still annoyed that we had Mika Hakkinen called the Flying Finn, and yet we've literally got a Dutchman in Formula One. He's the current world champion, and they have not called him the Flying Dutchman.
we have a Formula E Dutch champion in
Yeah.
Nick de Vries.
And we haven't called him the Flying Dutchman either. I mean, come on. You've got a prime opportunity here. What else
Maybe
are
we
you
can
gonna
come up with
nickname him?
original names that don't pertain to national stereotypes. As we see someone about to run out of attack mode. That somebody is...
Well,
You can tell me, Josh. It's Sonneveld, of course.
it's Sonneveld, yeah.
Blumschein and Rosinski are in attack mode still. But Sonneveld... that's 10 Sonneveld, of course. He's just run out, not...
I mean,
Quick Sonneveld.
I know you probably didn't watch the race, but I thought I came up with an absolute banger for Saudi Arabia when Lewis Hamilton won it.
oh!
Oh!
Eggert spins! And
that's
through goes
game
Sullivan.
over.
That was all it took. Just a bit of rear spin there. Sorry, it was a wide angle. We didn't get a great view of it. But that
Just
was the
lost
one
it.
opportunity that Rui Sonneveld needed. And it was given to him there. Pascal trying to push a little bit too hard to close back in on Hamilton, who's pulled away a bit now.
Yeah, it was under acceleration as well. Just caught the rear under the power, and it's cost it. But look at this for Pascal Eggert. He's right on the attack now, trying to get back ahead of Sonneveld. He's going to be mounting the pressure for the remainder of the race.
How many attack modes do they have in this race, Josh? I think it's only 2.
I think it is 2 for 3 minutes each. I'm not
It's
seeing
usually
a
we
third.
say we're 3, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's only 2 because of the nature of the circuit.
'Cause it's
As
a long
Rakovic
track
has actually
here,
gone
yeah.
into attack mode to
I will
respond to
tell
Nick
you,
Homewood.
but Discord is acting up again,
Okay.
which is a miracle.
I might be able to
'cause-
check for you.
Yes. Oh, hello. No, I've only got things from the 27th.
Oh, we're
Attack
seeing
mode 2 for 4
Horvath
minutes.
has
Yeah.
made a mistake as well, which has let Nick Conan through in the Ring of Honor.
Yeah, so it is in total.
Horvath's gone for attack mode, of course. That's
yeah,
why.
so it's 2 attack modes and it lasts for 4 minutes each. That's the official information I've got on mine.
Okay, then. That would explain the 4 bars next to Nick Homewood as he continues to chase down. And Horvath and Conan remain. I think Horvath is still trying to catch up to Conan, so
Yeah,
we should
I'm
watch that a little bit, actually, because I think Pascal has fallen to just over a second
about, yeah.
behind Rui Sonneveld.
Just quickly, because I'm getting messages saying finish the Hamilton story. The Lewis Hamilton winning in Saudi Arabia, I called him Sir Lewis of Arabia. I thought that was quite good. It's like
Oh,
Lawrence
you
of
mean
Arabia.
he came second in Berlin? Lewis Hamilton does. Oh, you mean in
F1.
the Formula One Saudi?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting there's
Yeah.
a because we've had the Formula E race in Saudi for so long. I keep forgetting
Yes,
that Formula
yeah.
One is going there as well. But Horvath on attack mode. Nick Conan's gonna have his mirrors full, that's for sure. As has Pascal Eggert gotten back through? No, he's closed in a
he's
little
still,
bit.
Yeah,
So
0.9
we should
of a
keep an eye on
second.
that.
Here it is.
But
Oh, actually.
Horvath looking very threatening here as attack mode number 2
There we
used by
go.
Balestra. So he's fallen behind Homewood, I think.
You
Or
have
was he, no, was
mentioned-
he already behind him?
Yeah, you have mentioned Hamilton's taken attack mode, haven't you?
Oh, he has, yes. There
Yeah.
we go. So first attack mode for Joshua Hamilton.
Yeah, thank you to the viewer who wrote in saying as well.
Yeah,
I've
and
seen Joshua Hamilton
2.5.
take
So
an
that's the
attack mode.
lowest the gap has been between Rui Sonneveld and Joshua Hamilton for quite a
Oh,
while.
and who's taking attack mode there?
That must be Conan.
Yeah,
So, yeah, he's going to lose track position then.
for the purple Final One Motorsport squad.
Yeah, there we go. Well, it's dark blue, as you can see in the wing mirrors. In fact, let's have a brief look. There you go. You can see how blue they are. There's,
Yeah,
Conan.
I'm surprised they've called the name purple and it's blue on board. Very bizarre. There's the orange, but it's red and white.
this
I
is
don't know,
Pascal,
that's so
of course.
weird. Yeah, Pascal in the green. I don't see green. That's red. And they've got to work on their color coordination skills.
I think the racing tends to take more of their attention and focus, Josh.
I know, but it's easier for
But the
for
top
us-
3, closer than they've been in a while, is Rakovic has actually set the purple first sector, 25.9.
Oh,
with attack
Pascal
mode.
really lost it again under acceleration here.
Oh,
again.
he's pushing a bit too hard to catch
Yeah.
up, isn't he?
Oh! Zardi does the fastest lap. 1:42.558.
There's
That's-
Zidzi. Mil Evers has just retired, sadly.
Oh.
So Zidzi's gone back up to 14th now as a result of that. As Rakovic and Homewood are about to run out of their attack mode.
attack mode, yeah.
So, did Rakovic catch up to Eggert? No. He's still about 8 seconds behind. Nearly 9, actually. So,
Peter Skolma saying the mixed up colours due to missing drivers, so some moved to get complete teams but kept their personalised livery. Ah, I see. Thank you very much for that.
well, they're all orange, aren't they? I guess
Yeah.
this isn't like Formula Sim racing where if the teams they have to act like separate entities due to the sort of team rules. You can't have
Yeah.
like 6 Netrex cars or 6 Burst Esports cars or whatever helping each other out. They all have to be separate teams of 2.
Yeah.
And that was what a lot of those penalties that I alluded to earlier when I was talking about Jake Denham. Carlos Martin actually got a very harsh penalty, which he also appealed. Spam
Spin!
has another off and recovers. But
He's got to be
Sonneveld,
careful. Yeah.
you know, with that attack mode, Hamilton hasn't really pulled away like we might have expected him to. He'd set a personal best
2.6,
first
yeah.
sector, but Sonneveld, I think, is slowly reaching his way back in.
Oh,
clutching.
Hamilton's made a mistake.
It's still this lapping
yeah.
traffic. It's really getting in his way. As
'Cause he-
Conan
yeah.
and Horvath continue to battle. I think Conan's actually...
Conan's in the wall.
Oh, that was a bit close.
Just go away.
Oh, and he was
There.
nearly in the wall again. I think Conan just got by as Capriola has come to a dead stop.
Where's
Where is
that?
That looks like the runoff somewhere.
Yeah, can't tell where at the moment. Oh, it's after the hairpin, I think.
Oh, that must be 16. Has Capriola gone back to the pits then?
Yes. No, still on the circuit according to this screen.
Yeah, there he is. He's still trying to recover and rejoin. There we go.
Yeah, nice. That was an unusual lock-up.
Indeed.
Down at that part of the track. Down at, what was it, turn 12. Last couple of corners.
So
Backhand
Horvath
anyway.
continues to fight as we go into the last 8 minutes now. And Joshua Hamilton
Hamilton's-
leads by 2.5 seconds.
He's taken over attack mode, though.
He has to take another one. I think Sonneveld and Eggert have done both of theirs. So it's looking like it's going to go the way of Joshua Hamilton, the way things have panned out. And he has to be said, brilliant qualifying lap. Hasn't really put a foot wrong.
No, he hasn't. It's been
Hasn't got caught up in the
domination,
battles of Sonneveld, Eggert, and Michael Steffel. Of course, a bit unlucky there with that error, but Rome does punish those who are the unwary, don't they?
I think this is the first time we've seen it in both of us actually in a dry format, haven't we, on this variation of the circuit? And it does provide some very interesting racing. But going into Formula E's race next month here as well, what I'm taking away is that it's going to be a brutal challenge for the drivers. It's going to be insane.
Well, I mean, it was a challenge. I think they have enough trouble hitting each other without... The problem with R Factor is they always take more risks than they would in real life, I think. Although Oliver Rowland challenged that somewhat with some of the qualifying lap risks he took. So he will be exciting to watch, I'm sure, as he always is.
Hamilton's got 2.6 seconds now to Sonneveld at the front.
Yeah, so Sonneveld, it's 2.3 on my screen, so he's closed a little bit. I don't think Sonneveld has given up. He's got 7 minutes to do it. If he can get within the window and Hamilton has to use that final attack mode, it could get very tense. But my money's still on Joshua Hamilton to pull this one off. I think he's doing enough and continues to be doing enough. My English has gone a bit weird here.
Yeah.
Continues to be doing enough.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought I heard something was a bit...
That would look odd on a school report.
I was only at a college a couple of hours ago as well with Megan. She was looking at university.
That was whoever was ahead of Nick Conan is a lap down, I think, spinning there.
Yeah.
That must be Gashi or one of the green cars. I think it's Jack Gianamano, but he was the first retirement, so it can't be him.
Yeah, Megan was looking at universities earlier on as well.
Best of luck to Megan, then.
It was at my old college, where she's at now as well. It's literally the most time travel experience I've ever had in my life, because I've not set foot in that building in about 5-6 years.
It was Rosinski, actually, ahead of Nick Conan, who made that error there. So...
there's another dive bomb going on here as well. Speed up!
Oh, who was that?
Is that Sonneveld?
Sonneveld! He spun at the Marconi Tower, and that is absolutely crucial as Hamilton goes for his second attack mode. And that's let Pascal get back through, so
Pascal's less
error.
than a second. He's less than a second to Hamilton. This could all go the way of Pascal.
Yeah, there he is. But Hamilton, it's all a case of managing that energy now, isn't it?
Yeah, look at this. At times, just flicking between each other now. I mean, we can see him, so that's important to know that Eggert can now see Hamilton, and Hamilton's got traffic.
Hamilton's got all this traffic to clear as well.
They're getting out of the way for Pascal as well.
Yeah, so the pressure will not be... There we go, 1.9, that's the gap.
Right.
And look, which way does he go? He has to thread the needle here between these two cars.
That was almost like a Verne situation, wasn't it? In practice, going to hit the back.
Yeah, so it does not get more tense with Joshua Hamilton than this. Thankfully, he has attack mode, which means he can pull away on the straights. Pascal Eggert doesn't have that. There he is. He's just cleared the Iris car in the background.
Capriola, he's clearing quite a lot of these cars quite quickly. So.
And Horvath did get by Rosinski, by the way.
Right.
While we were watching this. So Horvath having a quietly impressive race as we see yellow in the second sector. Oh, I hope that's not Joshua Hamilton.
It's not. It's looking to be the 16. Caparola went wide.
Well, Capriola continuing his fairly wretched afternoon, it must be said. Not that Capriola himself is wretched, but he's not been able to get the car to do what he wanted. As Eggert finally clears the lap traffic. Oh, wide he goes! Was that an attempt to go for his second attack mode? He hadn't used it. So there we go.
Oh.
That was risky. And he only just managed to collect it.
Beautifully
without losing
done.
time. I think that was why Sonneveld spun, and he's using it now as well.
Right, so he went
because
for
it's only 4 minutes, they're trying to make sure they use most of it before they're like, oh, and that's a risky lapping attempt by Pascal Eggert at the rear, squirrel all over the place.
This is now big pressure on Hamilton. He's used 2 minutes of that attack mode.
Oh, Hamilton looked like he turned a little bit too early to the apex there and had to back out.
Has Hamilton gone too early?
Maybe, but it depends what kind of pace Pascal Eggert. The gap, 4.4 seconds. And the energy, by the way, let's make sure they don't run out. That's also important. Eggert on the lowest of the three, on 12%. Sonneveld and Hamilton on 13. But Sonneveld, with that mistake earlier, having done a full 180-degree spin, is now 4 seconds behind. But he has set a purple first sector, so Sonneveld, he's got the wind in his sails, the bit between his teeth, and he's chasing like crazy to catch back up.
Down we go once again then. Bitter disappointment for Sonneveld, as you said, Ed. Now he's going to have to hold on. Still, it's only round 2. It's only a 5-round challenge.
Getting a podium would still be a good result. There's Pascal. But Joshua Hamilton has continued to pull away. 5.7 now is the gap. He knows he's got more energy than Egg. Will he know? Well, if he's listening to us.
Slightly, yeah.
We know, and that's what matters, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, this is in a very bizarre situation now, as we see, riding on the back now with Rosinski.
There was a penalty for Capriola, so he may have sped in the pit lane there. As always, that looked like one of the cars in the background hitting trouble. That wasn't Stefan, was it? I think it was.
It was. Well, yes, it was, because Stefan.
Stefan, I think, has lost position. Oh, no, he was big gap to Gashi, so they didn't change anything.
Hamilton's out of attack mode in 7 seconds. Oh, well, he's out of attack mode.
Yeah, there we go. So,
Eggert,
6 seconds behind, but Sonneveld closing on Eggert. He hasn't given up on second, not by a long shot, but he's only got 2 minutes left.
Hamilton has pulled down a lot of time now as well.
We're getting close to the final lap, Josh.
Oh, this is good. This is good
All
racing.
of them on the same amount of energy now, but Eggert and Sonneveld still got 2 minutes of attack mode left. Or less than that, actually. As you see yellow in the second sector.
I'll tell you what, I've just realised I've been looking for content to fill the gaps when I have to change over places. I've already got PSGL with sending me over some highlights. I could use the EERC highlights from the races that we've been doing. Just remembered that. That's
cool.
Brilliant.
Whoa, look at the tail snap on the back of Sonneveld's VMS Sun Edits car. That bright orange Sun Edits car. Orange like the sun, of course. 3.4 seconds is the gap between Sonneveld and Eggert. 5.7 the gap between Eggert and Hamilton. So, Eggert continues to close as he drives all over the bumps there.
Oh.
And Sonneveld having to do likewise.
Was flying through there. He took air.
I don't think either of them are going to have time to make a move.
No, it's over.
We are rapidly running out of time here. And 54 seconds left, so there'll have to be this lap and another, I think. So it's all a matter of managing the energy. Sonneveld's got the least of all of them, 5%.
Well, I like
Eggert about to run out now as well.
This is going to be a 25-lap race in 45 minutes. That's very nicely done. Nice and rounded up.
I was looking up a trivia question the other day. Do you know when the last Formula 1 Grand Prix to go over 100 laps was?
Monaco?
Nope.
Really?
If you can get the year, I'd be impressed.
Last F1 race to go over 100 laps in the year.
Well, not over the whole year, but I mean the year this race that went over 100 laps was. I can tell you if it put you out of your misery if you'd like, because we're about to. Okay, it was the 1970 US Grand Prix at Watkins Glen, won by Emerson Fittipaldi. His first win, actually.
Of course, because it was on the short track, wasn't it, then at Watkins?
Yeah, and it was the drive that secured 108 laps, I believe, was it?
Wow.
Was the total. So, not bad for a first win. That was one of, as we see the time run out. So, Joshua Hamilton rapidly approaching into this race. But Pascal Eggert and Sonneveld only on 3%. Is anyone else really struggling in the percentages? Keep an eye out there. Zidzi on 2%. I'm not feeling... Well, he's got one less lap to do.
Yeah,
as the time runs out now.
Do it. Yeah.
So, Joshua Hamilton, I think, there's no +1 lap, so Joshua Hamilton is on his way to his first EERC Formula E win. And a fine win indeed it's going to be for the Englishman. As he goes through Marconi Tower. Well, not through the tower, but alongside it. Through the tower would be quite a off trajectory. Oh, look at the rear sliding out.
Stars are gone.
Almost a bit of celebration. Because he knows what a fabulous job he's done. As Sonneveld is near 1%. But nothing could stop Joshua Hamilton today. Pole position, leading every lap, and victory for Joshua Hamilton. What a fabulous win. As Sonneveld cannot catch Eggert. Eggert almost runs out before the line, but has just made it. And Sonneveld will finish third as well. So a great drive by Eggert, too, it must be said. Mian Rakovic, he will finish fourth, ahead of Nick Homewood, who will finish fifth. But he is quite a way behind, actually.
I want to say, yeah, well done to Zanardi as well, who stopped at the line because he only had 0.04 energy left. So he stopped to let Hamilton cross the line, then he followed him suit, so he didn't have to do another lap.
Did Zidzi make it?
He did, because he literally stopped and crossed the line with 0.04 energy.
It's Balestra then. He will finish sixth, some way behind Nick Homewood. Tobias Blumshaw. Oh! Is that a battle with Nick Conan? It is with Nick Conan.
We got a pass.
Oh, so Nick Conan manning a late charge as Tobias trying to save energy for all he's worth. Oh, and Nick Conan trying to go this way and that, but the Purple Iris refuses to yield. And Tobias Blumshine will hold on to 7th place by the skin of his teeth as he crosses the line with, not much remaining in the tank. Nick Conan had a bit left over, actually.
Red. That's a red flag. You see at the side of the track there.
Oh, did I place the R key? Oh, it's Tobias. Goes straight on there. Mark Horvath finishes 9th. Christoph Rosinski rounds out the top 10. And then it's lapped cars, I think. Sonneveld in 11th. Gashi 12th. Stefan 13th. Oh, he finishes just now.
Nice.
And Zidzi, I think, is going to be the last finisher with Spam and Capriola having retired. Well,
what a race.
Sonneveld took fastest lap, 141.3. Very impressive. Not quite as impressive as the qualifying lap, but still. Anyway, shall we look at the session results then?
Absolutely, let's.
So, victory for Joshua Hamilton in the number 16 into the points car. From Pascal Eggert in the 97 Ring of On machine. Rui Sonneveld, championship leader going in, finished first. So I think him and Joshua Hamilton. I think Hamilton will be ahead, won't he? First and second.
Yes, we'll be ahead by
so Sonneveld,
7 points.
That spin, very costly in the end with that faulty attempt to go for attack mode. Milan Rakovic gets one of his best finishes with 4th. I don't think I've seen him that high before, so that's an excellent result for the number 5 car. And a good day for Ring of On with Nick Homewood coming home 5th in the 45 machine ahead of Stan Valestra in the 88. Tobias Blumshine just holding on to 7th at the end there. From Nick Conan, Mark Horvath, Krzysztof Rosinski, sorry. Got to pronounce the names correctly, of course. Ten Sonneveld takes 11th. From Alben Gashi, Stefan, Balint Zidzi, just had enough energy to finish. Severin Spam, Samuel Capriola, and Capriola will be the last finisher. A couple of laps down, actually, with Mia Levers, Mark Verardi, Michael Steffel, Abdul Rahman Valid, Norbert Precker, Dennis Vierenga, Peter Schumann, and poor old Jack Giordamana failing to finish. Well, that about does it for your results. Shall we see if anyone wants to do an interview? That was a lot louder than I meant it to.
Yes, that's
Nick Homewood is patiently waiting. Shall we invite him in?
Let's invite him in, shall we?
He's still not a friend on Mumble for me. So let's correct that.
I've added him as well. That's going to be a bit embarrassing later on.
Nick, are you there? Nope. Doesn't sound like it. Do we need to unmute him? He should have permission. He's the guy in charge of this. There we go. Mr. Homewood. Anyone home? Lots of other people who want to talk to us.
Yes, sorry, I was muted and deafened and all that kind of stuff.
So there we go. 5th place, Nick. A brilliant start. There was a interesting moment with Tobias Blumschein.
Yeah.
We won't talk about what flashbacks that gave us.
Yeah, well, that was my fault.
Okay. Can you talk us through it a little bit then?
Well, my attack mode wasn't working. I was looking down at my steering wheel trying to work out why the button wasn't doing anything, and it was the braking zone, and I hit him. I let him back through. So
Very gentlemanly as well, I thought.
yeah, and then after that I had damage, so it was just tootling around trying to get to the end.
I thought you were going to say then after that I was just going to hit him again and just sort of go straight forward.
We moved on from Marrakesh.
There was that incident. I'm not sure if you saw it, Nick, with Tobias and who was it who finished 4th again, Josh? I've instantly forgotten everyone's name. The minute the race.
Reykjavik,
yes. Where they all kind of came together, and it was a bit messy.
Yeah, I saw that up the road, but wasn't in a position. I think Pascal got past both of them.
Yes, Pascal had a brilliant race, actually. A good race for Bring of On overall, 2nd and 5th.
Yeah, it could have been better. We had good pace in practice, but didn't get to use it in there.
But the highlight has to be that opening lap, gaining those 2 or 3 positions. I think you gained, doesn't it? You and Tobias were like a unit, all as one, moving through the field.
Yeah, there was a bit of small crash on turn 2, I think.
Okay.
But
so it happened immediately.
No, not with Tobias. There was someone.
Okay.
I don't know who it was, but I need to watch that back. But yeah, it was a good few opening laps. I thought I was in with a chance of something, but
well, anyway, after Berlin, which wasn't the kindest on you, Nick, that's certainly a good return to form and gets your championship underway with some good points.
Some points. Yeah,
it was a very good race. I thought I enjoyed it a lot.
Anyway, shall we
next one
get an interview with the race winner then? Let's drag him in.
I mean, do you?
So, hopefully, he's around. I've just unmuted him. Joshua Hamilton now joins us from Victory Celebrations, his first victory in EERC. Joshua, are you there? I'm not talking about you, Mr. Birch.
Yeah, I'm here.
Mr. Hamilton.
Yeah, I'm here.
Well done. Congratulations. That was a superb drive. Pole position and victory. But Pascal Eggert and Thuis Sonneveld kept the pressure on the whole way, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's a really difficult track, this one. But, yeah, they definitely kept the pressure on the whole way through the race.
Now, Joshua, I believe you're the first British winner of our Formula E Championship. You've beaten Nick.
Yeah, well done.
That's great.
So that is not particularly overly patriotic, but reasonably patriotic man. I feel that is worthy of mention. So,
yeah,
but for you as an individual, that of course means a lot as well.
Yeah.
So, why would you go for attack mode so late there? Were you trying to do what Thuis did in Berlin?
Yeah,
you
completely.
Just them all right at the end.
It's like a safety net, to be honest. I had quite a bank of battery. I was just saving up throughout the race because the gap, it just sort of maintained. And it was a sustainable battery level that I was at, just continuing to save and save and save. So I was just leaving the attack mode as late as possible. If anything were to happen in the race that had caused me to fall back, I could use that as a bit of a buffer to catch back up.
So the strategy playing out. Joshua, do you have any questions for Joshua?
Oh, the other me. Yeah, going forward then as well, we've got racing in Saudi Arabia as well.
Well, don't mention Saudi.
The next one. You've had 2 very strong races in a row now as well. Surely you've got to be thinking title. You've got to be. I asked you this question last time I was in Berlin, but surely now title's on your mind. You're looking very, very strong.
I don't like to think of that, but it's looking more viable. But genuinely, we're just gonna have to see. I think we're well within the top 3.
Yeah.
But not sure about title. We'll just have to see how it plays out because with this series, I feel like I've had quite my fair share of luck so far. I've not really had any problems with lap cars or anything like that, like we saw with other people, or issues with, like, for example, just getting slightly too close to the wall and that just rips your front axle off.
Yeah.
I haven't had any of those issues yet, so I'm kind of hoping that doesn't happen. But
Joshua,
it's
on that
always
note,
open to that.
can I ask you, what were you going through your mind when you saw the first two Superpole runners both hit the chicane? One of which lost a wheel.
Oh, to be honest, there was a problem with my replay, so I didn't see any of that. I just had live
thank
time,
goodness.
unfortunately.
Yeah, at least you weren't watching us, because we were probably scared the willies out of you. And we were sort of saying, if Joshua Hamilton uses attack mode, please let us know, because we're watching everything going on behind him.
Yeah,
As we tend to do when the leader is out front, untroubled, or seemingly from our perspective. But I'm sure it wasn't the same from you. You were managing everything and managing it superbly, it must be said. So, any final word, Joshua, before we move on to the race in Diriyah in a couple of weeks' time?
Which one?
No, I don't really have many final words. Diriyah, I've driven that track quite a bit, but once again, in an F1 car, it's really fun in an F1 car. Just because of the amount of turns there are in this Formula E car, it's going to be super tricky and just super demanding mentally, really. But yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it. It's a fantastic track.
I'll tell you what I find super demanding is avoiding watching the real race on principle because it's so tempting. Joshua is watching it, going on about how great the action is, and I'm listening to him talking and looking at timing screen and thinking, maybe I should give up my principles. No. I mean, we've seen how people react when a war starts quite recently, and I've sort of, maybe it's not a war that people in the West care about, but I'm sticking to what I believe in. So
I think you should stick to what
we shouldn't let that
yeah.
overshadow what's been a beautiful drive by you in Rome, Joshua. And wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season.
Right, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, I think we're going to let Pascal join us now. Oh, as Huis has just rejoined as well. Shall we get Huis and Pascal in at the same time?
Let's go.
Okay, we're now joined by the second and third place finishers. Huis Sonneveld in third and Pascal Eggert in second for VMS Sun Edits and Free Bond Racing, respectively. Shall we start with you, Pascal? So, qualifying didn't go to plan. Qualified down in 8th. But a brilliant start. Took advantage of all the chaos going on ahead of you to get up to 4th. Michael Steffel hit the wall. And he had a great battle with Huis, which you came out on top in. Talk us through it.
Yeah, qualifying was not good at all. Should have been further up the road, but then made the maximum out of the race. It was quite fun to carve through the field like that. Toby helped me at some point going too wide and both going off, and I just squeezed through there. That was a good moment. And yeah, then with you, Huis, good battle. Unlucky then with the contact at the end. Otherwise, it would have been quite hard to get him still.
Because that was that moment, Pascal, where you drifted coming out of the Marconi hairpin just after where attack mode is, and that let Huis through. But then Huis went for attack mode and just drifted and missed it and almost spun around, which really put the momentum back in your court. So it felt like both of you really struggled with that attack mode.
Yeah, the tires actually were quite worn at the end, it felt like. Yeah, and I got a bit distracted by the lap traffic and then had that half spin, which let him through. It's really tricky sometimes.
But Pascal, after Berlin didn't go to plan, qualifying didn't go to plan, it's nice to see a race where finally your skills came to the fore and your class showed, because that was a really well-earned second place.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really, really fun. And I mean, the whole field was so tight today. It was really good to see.
So Joshua, shall we move on now to our third place finisher, Huis Sonneveld,
Absolutely.
who has been waiting patiently to talk. Huis, I know coming in as the championship leader, it's never nice to lose it, but what a battle that was for second position. And there were some really scary moments in there where Michael Steffel came to grief at the chicane. Was it just behind or just ahead? I can't remember of you, Huis, but certainly you and Pascal had an amazing duel. And although it's frustrating to lose out, you did still get third place and the fastest lap. So talk us through your point of view of the race, if you can.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm quite disappointed. Joshua was way too fast today. So great job on the win. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. I'm a bit disappointed in that I lost P2. Had a great battle with Pascal in the end. Unlucky for him, he like half spun, so I took a little bit advantage of that. Then I drove away quite a big gap. I knew that Joshua still had to take his attack mode, so I wanted to be within his range and then take it a lap later to slow him down as much as I could. Unfortunately, that got me into a spin. So yeah, P3 in the end, fastest lap. I think that's just yeah, it's not seriously something to be happy about, but yeah, it's still good, decent, still top 3. So championship.
Well, that was a
is still
tough race.
possible.
There were a lot of people going in the wall there, and you masterfully kept out of it and had some amazing battles. So I don't think you should feel too down. And there's always going to be the next race. Of course, the next race in Diriyah, Saudi Arabia, 23rd of March. So don't miss that, ladies and gentlemen. But Joshua, before Luis and Pascal leave, do you have any questions for them?
Yes, absolutely as well. First of all, to you, Pascal. Difficult race, she said, with the spins at the end as well, but you've got the pressure on. I asked the same question to Joshua Hamilton as well. It's only round 2. Are you thinking championship already?
I always have been from the start of the season after seeing where I was last year, and I knew it would only be tougher. It's going to be exciting throughout the whole reason. It already looks that way. Joshua up there, who is up there. And since we have a drop score, we still don't know how it's going to end at the end. So
I completely forgot about the drop score.
Yep. You
Yes,
can
of
delete
course.
your worst results.
I think Michael Steffel might want to drop this one in the final reckoning.
And of course, I'll say the same question to you as well, Luis, as well, with it all. Difficult race in the end, but some great overtaking. Are you thinking championship long term?
Yeah, at the moment, not really. But yeah, we will see next round where I am. I think after 2 races, you can really see that the field is really tight. So, well, it's going to be a fun battle until the end.
Well, let's see when we get
Fantastic.
back to the high-speed circuits with a bit more space, whether Luis will be back on top once again, or if Joshua Hamilton is going to once again impress, or if Pascal can get his first win of the season, or maybe Michael Steffel or someone else can surprise us. Who knows? Anything can happen in this crazy Season 5 of Formula E EERC. But from me, Edward Hunter, from Joshua Birch, from Nick
Goodbye.
Homewood, helping us set up the stream, despite some of the crashes we had, and from Pascal Eggett, of course, does a superb job running the championship. It's goodbye from us, and we'll see you next time on the 23rd of March for round 3 in Diriyah. Bye for now.